Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. I'm glad you're here. I want to say thanks in a big way to all the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to say thank you to everyone who comes in and checks out my knife, my EDC content. I really appreciate it. If you're so inclined and you hadn't had a chance yet, if you please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon down there, it'd really help me out and keep you updated when things happen on the channel. So today is kind of an overview of a really cool knife that I was not aware of, that's been lent to me by my local buddy, A to Z EDC, over on Instagram. You guys give him a follow. He's a guy who gets me a lot of knives to check out. We go to all the blade shows together. Good guy. Give him a follow over on IG. And we're going to look at this eraser by Liong Mah Design. So as you guys, if you follow the channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I'm a Liong Mah fan of his knives, especially knives like the Field Duty EDC, my little Cuff 3.0, and my full-sized Field Duty folder liner lock. This is the eraser, and somehow I was not aware that it even existed. It's an older knife. I would say you can't get these anymore. However, they're $3 on Amazon in full titanium. I'll link that in the description, my affiliate link. But it's a very unique full-size knife. So this knife, this particular one, is carbon fiber, titanium, carbon fiber, and titanium. The ones on Amazon are full titanium. But the eraser is an awesome sheep's foot design, kind of a really aggressive flat grind. Clean it up a little bit. With a really pokey tip. It is M390. It's also OEM'd by Riot, like all of Liong's premium designs. That was me. That was not a flip fail. So it's a bolster lock. Has that snappy Liong Mah detent. Drop shut action. Keep in mind I'm horizontal here. And it's got a flipper tab, which is something that none of my other Liong Mahs have. And it is a really snappy flipper tab, whether I light switch it or if I push button it. Either way, it flies out. The detent on this knife, as on all of Liong's knives in my opinion, is fantastic. The ergonomics of this knife are on a totally another level. Now this is a full-size knife, probably a larger knife than I would normally carry, but the handle is designed to where it fits my hand like an absolute glove. You've got this really nice jimping, whether I want to choke up and use this little sharpening choil, because that flipper tab gives me a perfect place to rest my hand. It is just feels great. The clip goes in and out of pocket very well. I think of this as a full-size gentleman's folder, because it is such a nice knife. Maybe a steak knife. But I mean, like all of Liong's designs, since it comes from the chef's world, this is a slicey beast. The tip is very acute. And it's very pokey stabby if it needed to be. So the eraser, in my opinion, is a really, really elegant, neat design. The raw titanium look really good as well. This knife is a winner. If you like Liong Mah designs, if you like that Riot OEM or manufacturing. You've got this really long backspacer, about halfway, a little bit more than halfway on the back. You've got this nice concealed lanyard tube. You've got the little rooted out or circular, or what would you call that? Like a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of just milled out so that you can see that that blade's perfectly centered in that knife, in the backspacer. So you've got that little groove in there that just shows you that this is absolute top-notch, in my opinion, construction. You do have this stone washing on the swedge and just on the flat here. You can see it also around the pivot. And then you've got a belt satin blade, the raw titanium with the carbon fiber. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons on this guy. Look at it next to a big knife, like the Cold Steel 4-Max. And let's look at it next to a small knife. And as you can tell, it is a good bit smaller than the 4-Max, a great deal bigger than the Baby Banter, which is expected, but it shows you that it is a big knife. For me, it's again a very big knife. For somebody like A to Z EDC, who's a bigger guy, it is a perfect size knife, and it does not carry like a big knife because it is so narrow and nimble. So it carries like a much smaller knife. So put it up next to our Para 2 and next to our bug out, and you'll see the eraser is much longer than both of those. So let's see what that translates into. Again, guys, a knife that I did not know existed, that I think is absolutely cool, and it's absolutely done to perfection in my mind. This grip is bee's knees, and I would think even if you only got 3 fingers in this grip and you've got your 4th finger because you've got a huge hand and a lanyard, this is still going to be an absolutely dynamite folder. So she's going to come in at 9 inches overall, 4-inch blade, 5-inch handle. This inside the clear area here is 3.5 inches. So from right here to right here is 3.5 inches. From right here to that finger choil where you're still going to be way back of it, you can say 4.25 is about halfway. And then from the back, 4.5, 5 inches. And the cutting edge is 3.75. So yeah, guys, just an absolute stunning specimen. Next to my favorite, my #1 knife, which is my Field Duty folder. Next to my little cuff, the kitchen utility folder, which I think has kind of a similar blade shape, but not really. And then even next to the full-size Field Duty folder, the eraser wins the length competition. But it's thin, it's narrow, it is very, very comfortable. It is a fantastic slicer, very thin grind, very thin blade stock. So if we were looking at this, do it right in front of the jimping, 0.1455, 0.0170, slightly contoured handles, right at 0.5055, right at ½ inch thick. So to me, it is just a mad win in design, mad win in the flipper tab. It feels like a just snappy little dragon. It cuts like a dream. I like the way it looks, very aggressive looking, and I'm just a fan. So guys, This is more of a show and tell and an overview because, again, it's not my knife, it's my buddy's knife. But I can assure you this thing would shred through cardboard and it would make for a fantastic EDC knife. I'll leave a link to the 3 that are still on Amazon. And guys, do me a favor, if you're still here, like the video, look out for the guy to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. If there's a gal over there, look out for her too. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.